There's a neon sign flicker in the window pane. Two bar stools talking about life and pain. They ain't...
Hey, it's Tom.
And Rumble.
And this is the happy hour. It's been a minute since we've done one of these.
We're back.
Our schedules got us very busy. My schedule.
Your schedule.
I can't blame you. It's my schedule.
Now, hey, people were messaging me saying, "Hey, did you guys give up finally?" And we're like, "No, we're not giving up just
Never.
Yet." So, you can take anything, but you can't take our podcast from us.
God damn it. It slows down. We take some breaks. 'Tis the season. Holidays are coming. The youngest has basketball.
It's cold.
It
was a chore just walking down here and not slipping on the ice, breaking a hip.
I have the cleanest sidewalks in town.
You do. And I wanted to tell you something. When we got that snowstorm, I was outside and I'm looking, and the one neighbor he shoveled out his spot and everything, and all of a sudden you come home and you just boom, he moved and you went right into his spot, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna start a fight.
What spot?
I think it was across the street. It was I think it was Christine's fucking son or whatever. I don't know, one of the punks over there. But it was over by Mary Jane. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It was only,
Behind her?
No, it was in front. Like where the young punk would park his that red car.
Oh, you mean the red punk we chased in his house?
Yeah, the one that was
I'm not too concerned about that.
No, because I was just like, you know what, this is funny. This is, the kid shoveled his whole car out. It was real nice, and you just come, whoop! I'm like, what?
It happens to me every time, which is why I just four-wheel drive, and I don't even shovel anymore. I
put cones out and shit, chairs, and I'll run them all over. Fist fighting over freaking chairs and cones. And
I don't intentionally do it, but, I mean...
Hey, if you gotta park, you gotta park.
Normally, I'll park on the other side of the alley.
Yeah. Hey,
but
it is what it is.
It's public parking. I'm going to park wherever I want. I try not to infringe on anybody, but at the same time, I know that
don't tread on me.
Right. If I shovel my spot out, I know some asshole's going to take that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what's been new, Rumble? In the time
I don't know. Well, sometimes I did get a haircut, guys. Yeah.
Look at this for you on Facebook. Look at this.
Woke up one morning and I said, you know what? It's time to donate the hair. Done with it. And I cut it off.
Now he looks like a damn Democrat.
Fuck you. Really? I don't know. That sounds fighting words, seriously. No. Democrat. Woohoo! Wow. So
yeah, it's been interesting. I think fantasy football is getting pretty good now.
Yeah. I'm in the lead.
You are. I think it's going to come down to you and me in the championship game.
I think so. Do you see the amount of points I put up last week?
I did.
That's might be the tiebreaker. The point spread, but it's gonna be the point where
we're gonna play head to head next week. If I win this week and you win, you got a pretty sizable lead. I got a pretty decent lead. I could still.
Yeah, I mean, I
could still lose. Yeah. I think you got it locked.
Yeah, but see my quarterback Josh Allen give me 43. I was like, woo-hoo. He's been consistent for all year.
He has.
Him and Christian McCaffrey's been really them two. Some save my ass. But that's looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Carolina Panthers. They could be getting into the playoffs, and then your Eagles making a total I don't know what's happening to your Eagles. They're like self-destruction.
Look, so we don't spend a whole lot of time talking about sports, and I think I could do a whole podcast just on the Philadelphia Eagles blight. But I heard all season long, let's blame Kevin Petula, the offensive coordinator. Let's fire Petula. Let's blame him. It's his fault. You know what I seen? I don't believe it's the offensive coordinator at all.
Because here's what I see.
Jalen Hurts misses A.J. Brown wide open several times in 3 or 4 games.
Why do you think A.J. Brown hasn't made a significant catch all year?
Missing reads all game long, okay? And why he didn't turn the ball over much. He turned the ball over 5 times, twice on one play. Right? So
Twice in one drive.
in one play.
Oh yeah, because it was called back. Yeah.
It was intercepted.
Yep.
And then fumbled, and then he fumbled it. There were 3 turnovers in one play. He caused 2 of them. Well,
like, is he really? Is
he
he
made 2 of them?
Is he trying to like throw the game in? Like,
so it hurts. What you see with Jalen Hurts is the same thing that you saw him in college, in Alabama and Oklahoma. All right, he's no different than he was then.
So he didn't really develop.
No, I think in the right circumstances, he's a winning quarterback. He will make good plays. You know, I could sing the praises of Jalen Hurts all day long.
I'd rather not.
But it's one of those, it's one of those situations where he like a coin has a head and a tails. He has a very positive upside and a very negative downside.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing the downside. He doesn't make reads. He runs for losses or minimal gains. He makes errant throws that up until recently have not been a factor. He threw 4 interceptions in one game. Okay? That's not the offensive coordinator.
No. Then did you agree with him with the offensive coordinator? Well, was it the head coach of the offensive coordinator said we win with Hurts and we lose with Hurts? Like, at some point you got to say, hey, we're gonna take this guy out, let him go on. I mean, I respect that. They did that with Bryce Young. How many times they take him out? And
Right.
you might just have to get a little, just take a breather. Just sit down. Maybe look at your plays and I don't know, but I at some point, if they would have took him out, they made have won the game.
I have a hard time justifying his play.
Right.
Okay. So maybe at first, the first 6 weeks or so, you could make an argument that it was the offensive coordinator. The problem is now, it's Hurts is. I counted at least 10 plays last week where he completely missed Devontae Smith, who was wide open. He completely missed A.J. Brown, that was wide open, or he missed A.J. Brown or
Right.
Dallas Goedert, who was wide open.
So when does a team? I guess the Eagles are fully vested in this Hurts.
Well, according to his contract, yes. Which I've had a grievance with that contract since the day he signed it, because to me he didn't prove himself.
Right.
And he still hasn't. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl, but guess what? Like,
he's not making the plays. That's
right.
period.
When you go into a game and you have 5 turnovers and you lose by a field goal in overtime, it says a lot about your defense.
Yeah.
The problem is
Carolina's going to win the Super Bowl.
I hate to say this, but I don't see Carolina. I mean, I know they beat the Rams, but I think the Rams you can't count out Chicago or Green Bay either.
Yeah.
They're both really strong teams.
Niners could make a good run forward too.
I think Carolina is a year or 2 away.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, actually, you saw that thing that I sent you, right?
Yep.
With Ohio State winning.
Yep.
And if it's trending, if that that it would be lined up.
But I'm not saying this as any.
I mean, everybody said it was Bryce Young. He's a bad dude. He had 11 fourth quarter. He has a record of the youngest player with 11 come from behind victories. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, he's not the best quarterback, but he's getting there. I think he's getting there. He needs more weapons, and I think they just need those. He needs to.
That's I don't say any with any malevolence. I think they're a year or 2 away.
Yeah,
maybe 3. It just depends what happens.
I mean, them young kids can start stepping up, and
Right.
hey, I just like to see that they're actually in the hunt, and not in the basement,
Right.
So
yeah,
cool.
no. It's definitely got me frustrated. But we've talked throughout the football season, and
I mean, this year's been crazy with other teams being
Right.
in the hunt. the Rams, you know, the Bears. I mean, look at the Bears. Seattle. I mean,
right.
Look at calling Phillip Rivers back.
Yeah.
You see Cam Newton put a big old stink out. He was all crying. Well, he's, you know, I'm younger and I'm better. Blah, 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 blah. They could have called me. Blah, blah. Nobody wants you, dude.
Right.
You get. I mean,
you just sit over there on your podcast with your stupid hats and goofy sunglasses.
I mean, when he lost that Super Bowl against the Broncos, yeah, there's something changed in him. Something snapped in him. And he got a little goofy. I still say that he won the. That was 2015. He won the MVP of the year. He was unstoppable that year. And then you go to the Super Bowl and you completely blow it. You throw the ball 10 feet over the head, or then when you fumble, there was a fumble on the 1 yard line. You don't even go get. You stand and watch the ball.
No, you're right,
dude. He blew that. I mean, I don't. Yeah. He must have had maybe a debt to the mob or something, because somebody said, "Hey, you're not winning this game. If not, you know, we're gonna chop your dick off or something." I don't know.
You like your kneecaps?
Yeah,
you keep them?
I don't know, but not my quarterback.
But you know, going back to the Eagles, even throughout the football season, like even when they won, I've had conversations with you where it's like I don't trust this team.
No, look at it. Look at AJ Brown. Like, dude, he's a maverick. Dude, that guy should be getting the ball at least. You know, he should be getting open at least. You know, some points of in the game. Like, he should have 70 and 100 yards. Dude, he's getting nothing. Yeah, he's not like he's almost so bad. Like, people were dropping off fantasy because dude, he has what, like 20 yards, 1 reception, hardly no touchdowns. Like,
and I've never been. I want to be careful how I say this. I like Jalen Hurts. I believe he brings a certain element to the team.
The tush push. That's about it.
I just character. He's very. He's very. I don't
Patrick
know
Mahomes like.
No. He's very neutral.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not somebody that I worry about is going to cause a lot of trouble on the team. I think he understands the game real well. The problem is when he's playing, he never goes through all his reads.
Progressions, yep.
Right? He never does his progressions. It is get the ball. I look to who is the design receiver for that play, who is often never open. And I start scrambling away from where all my receivers are.
Right.
So the hardest thing for a quarterback to do is throw across field, across the body, across the field.
Yep.
So if you're bootlegging to the right and all your plays are going to the left,
that's a hard throw.
It's a hard throw.
And it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to see that defensive, the middle linebacker sitting there. You don't see him because you're on that little bit of an angle, and boom,
right.
You throw right to him. I don't know. He's not looking. The whole team just doesn't look good. And
yeah, I mean, it's just I just want to bring something up here, real quick.
Look like a bunch of chickens instead of eagles. I don't know. Deep fried chickens. And even Saquon Barkley. Where's him? He's like irrelevant. I think everybody knows his he had those first few games that were fucking awesome. Last year was awesome, and now it's just you don't hear much of him.
So Philadelphia is 8-5. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas is 6-1.
Right.
Okay. They're a game and a half out of first place. Suddenly, the NFC East isn't locked up for Philadelphia.
Right.
Okay. Then you have what I think is the best conference in football right now, is the NFC North.
Okay? Yeah, they're pretty tough.
You have
Vikings,
the Packers at 9-3.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Bears at 9-4, and you have the Lions at 8-5. Any of them can win that.
And the Vikings.
Okay. Then the South is the Buccaneers and the Panthers.
Yeah, and that's they could go either way there.
Right.
I mean, Saints they're out of it, and the Falcons are done.
And then you have the West, where you have the Rams and the Seahawks at 10-3.
Mm-hmm.
And the 49ers at 9-4. Right?
Yeah,
so you got to really, figure out what you're doing here. If
I mean, you could get teams that are, that get in, like let's say just say Carolina, like the South. You can get in on a losing record and you still get in the playoffs. And then there's teams that actually like have a winning record that aren't going to make the playoffs because
right,
they're out of the wild card. It's and wasn't that I'm gonna say something. The Giants weren't they like the worst team? They got in as a wild card and made a run and they just went and got the Super Bowl. The amazing catch. It could be the Carolinas.
They were a wild card team. I believe they were either 500 or a game above 500.
Yeah, and they went that run.
They went on that run to the playoffs and they beat the undefeated New England Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yep, and that was the amazing catch,
right?
The helmet catch, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Tom Brady has only ever lost the NFC East teams in the Super Bowl. The Giants beat him twice, and the Eagles beat him once. I'm pretty sure that his only losses in Super Bowls were to the NFC East.
And the Bucks, they won when it won. Huh. I mean, Tom Brady's a hell of a quarterback.
Yeah, Tom Brady has 3 losses in Super Bowls. Only 3.
Only 3.
Okay. So those 3 losses were in 2008, 2012, and 2018. All right.
Who was the one from 2008?
Okay, so 2008, the Giants beat them.
Okay.
Okay, in 2012, the Giants beat them. And then in 2018, Philadelphia beat them.
Okay.
Okay, so he only lost in the Super Bowl 3 times, and all 3 times were to NFC East teams.
Nice.
Okay, so we know Tom Brady's kryptonite. He doesn't play no more, but...
Yeah, he was money, and...
But my thing is yes, the switch can be flipped at any time.
Do you know who he replaced?
Yeah, Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, and then you know where Drew Bledsoe went then?
Dallas,
yeah. That's... Yeah. For somebody to come out as a walk... He wasn't a walk-on, but he was like in the, like...
Who?
Like Tom Brady, he was like, what, like 10th round or 7th round, like something like that. And
pretty sure he's a 6th round pick.
And then all of a sudden you put this kid in and, your star quarterback gets hurt and you put this kid in and he's like, wow.
Well,
this guy's going to be the best quarterback ever to play the game.
And he was good because he was a system quarterback.
Right.
Okay. He didn't do more than he had to.
Right.
He didn't do this Patrick Mahomes no-look pass.
No.
He didn't do these weird scrambles. Now, we also couldn't touch him in the backfield.
Well, because, Belichick, his lines were fucking amazing. Like, he could sit back there for 15 seconds and go through his reads 3 times over, and he's still not getting touched. And
I think my favorite story of the NFL season so far is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, I fucking love them.
Oh, hosed.
Right?
And as much as
Travis Kelce's gonna get breaking out because Taylor Swift don't date losers.
As much as I hate this too,
Taylor Swift
New England looks like New England again.
Yeah.
And I really like New England this time around because I like their coach. Mm-hmm. They have what's his name?
I don't even know.
Mike Vrabel, who played for them.
Yep.
He was the head coach of Tennessee for a while.
Yep.
I think Drake May is a phenomenal quarterback.
He is.
That Travion Henderson is a phenomenal running back.
Yep.
They went back to the formula where I can't name any other players other than them 2 guys right now. And where are they at? They're at 10-3, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But that's what Brady did. Brady didn't have star people. He had Edelman. They were just regular.
I'm sorry. New England is 11-2.
11-2. Wow. Shit. Damn. Good for them.
Them and the Broncos have the best records in the NFL. The Broncos are 11-2.
Yeah.
So.
And Patrick Mahomes is barely 500.
So now there's a scenario where the Bills don't make the playoffs. Okay.
Come on, man. Why does it always got to be the Bills, bro?
Because the Bills are.
Come on, Bills.
Bills are 9-4.
You don't let the Bill Mafia.
Okay.
Come on, the Mafia's gonna come after you.
The Ravens are 6-7. They could take the wild card spots away from them.
Yeah.
Okay. The Jaguars are 9-4. The Texans are 8-5, and the Colts are 8-5.
Colts,
Okay. The Chargers are 9-4 in second place behind 11-2 Denver. So there's a scenario floating around out there where the Bills might not make the playoffs.
That would be heartbreaking for them because they've been having a good year.
And for the first time in over a decade, it looks like Kansas City is not making the playoffs.
I love it. I love it.
I love it too. I love Andy Reid. I think he's
hell
an
of a
awesome
coach. Yes, he is.
But I like continuity. Or not continuity. I like parity.
Right. I just liked how they're not called. They're not getting the calls that they were like the whole. They. You got to say that they were getting some pretty.
You're right. They were
calls like cushy calls that like, come on, man, dude. Like just because it's
Texas A&M or some college. I don't think it was Texas A&M because I'm pretty sure that's where Patrick Mahomes went to school, or Texas Tech. Some college, did
a statistician or
did a study on this, and yes, the referees did favor Kansas City most of the time.
That's bullshit,
right?
And now they're not, and now Patrick Mahomes crying.
Oh, he is. Oh God.
I would say he's kind of He's a little. I don't know. I'm not saying that's wrong. Hey, I'm not saying that, but he just has a little bit of a skip to him. A little skip to him, a little bit. I just say
he has the scent of Massengill on his balls.
Yeah, maybe. I don't want to smell those balls.
No, but I mean the reality of it is as much as I like parody, and I like parody. I would like to see Cleveland.
Fuck yeah, dude. I was just going to say that.
Or the Jets.
The Jets.
Or even Houston.
Yeah.
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Okay.
That Bowers for the Raiders. He's a stud. But so okay, let's change it because we don't want to spend too much time on sports.
No, yeah, change it up.
Notre Dame. How much? Sports. Well, I'm just saying. I got a Notre Dame. I'm a big fan of Notre Dame, and what is being done to them is bullshit. And I'm so glad that they fucking said, "Fuck those bowl games. Fuck your shit. We're not playing." I'm
gonna play devil's advocate here, if you don't mind.
You're gonna be like that Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith really freaking roasted.
I haven't heard what they said. What Stephen A. Smith said.
He's a bastard.
I actually just read a couple articles today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I didn't watch it on TV at all. So, the way I understand it, and if you've been following it, feel free to correct me.
Yep.
So, Notre Dame was snubbed from the college football playoffs in favor of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, so Notre Dame's real issue with this is that the ACC, who they have a partnership with, they don't belong to the ACC in football. They do in all other sports, but not football. Yep. And we can get into the reason why after this discussion. So, I believe there was a social media campaign that they were talking about.
Even James Madison's in it.
Right.
Who the fuck are they?
So, well, they won their division. So, but anyways, let's get back to the problem.
Okay.
Okay. Devil's advocate. I'm a Notre Dame fan, but I also get the other side. Okay. So, the ACC started running social media campaigns advocating for Miami over Notre Dame, which pissed off Notre Dame's athletic director and everybody else in Notre Dame, because they're a partner with them. You know what I mean? Why are you trying? Notre Dame feels like the ACC was disparaging them in order to get Miami in the college football playoffs. Okay. So, push comes to shove.
ESPN.
Notre Dame said, fuck you. We're not going to play in any... Our season's done. We're not playing in a bowl game. We ain't making you no money. Fuck you. Right. So, now, everybody's looking at Notre Dame like the bad guy. Okay? Now, did you see other schools now have declined invitations to bowls, too?
Exactly.
They're not the only ones.
Good.
So...
What pisses me off is fucking Alabama. How the hell are they not going to drop? They get blown out in the freaking playoffs, and they don't get dropped at all.
So this is
Fuck Alabama.
This is the power of conference play. All right. This is why Notre Dame is always going to be viewed as an outlier no matter what kind of season they have.
Because they're independent.
They could go undefeated, finish number 1 in the poll, right? And still might possibly get snubbed from a college football. The likelihood of that happening is not realistic.
I mean,
but
they had a team to beat. Everybody said Notre Dame had the team to could have won the playoffs.
But let's say this scenario happens, okay? So let's say we're going to use this year for example, okay? So let's say Ohio State and Indiana finish undefeated, okay? And they both go to the Big Ten championship game.
Right.
I don't believe that championship game should hurt your standings. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose.
Right. But the loser has to you would think, get dropped down a little bit.
I would think, yes, but you shouldn't be penalized for playing in a championship game. Okay, that's just how I feel about it.
No.
Where the rankings end should be the end of the final season. What happens in the championship game should not affect
the rankings.
The rankings
your position
for your chance to get into the
playoffs.
Bowl. And I'm talking. This is the configuration that's set up now. I will tell you how it could be better. So let's just say Indiana and Ohio State they both finished undefeated. Okay.
Right.
Now you have Oregon. Let's say they finish with 1 loss because they had to play either Indiana or Ohio State. I think they played Indiana this year and lost. But there's a scenario where the top 12 can all finish undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if your top 12 finishes undefeated, and this is where I'm trying to get to, I'm sorry I got off there. I was trying to overcomplicate this thing. So there's a scenario, and you can look it up on Google, that the top 15 could all finish undefeated any given year.
Right.
Because even though you're both in the SEC or you're both in the same conference, you might not actually play each other that season.
Right.
Because Alabama doesn't play Georgia every year.
No.
So there's a possibility that the top 15 could all go undefeated.
Right.
Okay. So now they're all in conferences. And whether we agree or disagree or we are indifferent on this, the SEC, the SEC and the Big Ten right now are the power conferences.
The SEC, yeah.
SEC and
if
the Big
it's not
Ten.
SEC, I don't think nobody cares about it. It seems like all the spotlight's on the SEC.
And the Big Ten.
And the Big Ten, yeah.
Okay. So let's say you have 5 schools from each of those conferences that finish in the top 10, which
right.
It's happened. Okay. How many years have we seen rankings that the top 10 had Alabama, had Georgia, had Clemson,
Tennessee, yeah.
had Tennessee, or, the Big Ten had Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, all in the top 10. It happens. The Big Ten got bigger and stronger when the Pac-12 dissolved, and they got Oregon and a bunch of other teams.
Right.
Okay. So my favorite conference in football right now I'm a Notre Dame fan, they're independent. My favorite conference in football right
Big
now
Ten.
where I think the best football is being played is the Big Ten.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is the first time I've been able to say that in 25 years, maybe longer.
Yeah.
I think the NIL helped that as much as I don't like the NIL the way it's set up.
Right.
I think it helps. Now you created parity. It was 10 years in a row Alabama was number 1 every year?
Yeah.
So
fucking roll tide.
James Madison would have never been in the college football playoffs.
Duke, fucking Duke.
Who'd they just beat? They just upset somebody.
Yeah, they upset somebody, but still, they're like, come on, dude, like.
Right. Florida State's in shambles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't get it. The people that are doing they're picking these teams. Did they even play football?
Right. Well, so there's such a large pool of people.
Right.
So now your ranking counts as
Notre Dame started the season 2 losses back to back. Boom, boom.
Miami and
I can't even think of it. But they lost to Miami and they lost to somebody else.
Right.
But it wasn't a big whatever. But so back to back, boom, loss. and then they went on the run. That they actually they blew. I mean,
They did.
they did what they had to do. Love is having such a great year that the high. He's looking at the high. He could possibly be a Heisman, and then just his season's done now. Now it's just over. Like, come on, man. Like, dude, I don't blame him. I go to the draft.
So, getting back to it, I understand how. I don't know the full algorithm. My understanding of it is your rankings. If you won,
and then your points.
Points. If you won your conference head to head with other schools. So while I understand why Miami beat out Notre Dame,
mm-hmm. They lost them by what? 2 points or 3 points?
I don't understand how schools
That was a good game.
At large got in.
Everybody's all in that arm because, again, Alabama did not drop. When they lost, they just got blown the fuck out. They did not drop at all.
Okay, so James Madison is ranked 12th.
Yeah.
Well, no, they weren't. They weren't ranked 12th. They're 12th seed. So you're telling me Tulane is a better team than Notre Dame?
No.
Okay. Right.
Where the fuck is Tulane?
You're telling me it is in Louisiana. You're telling me James Madison is better than Notre Dame?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so now I know why they're there.
Right.
Okay.
Because they won their conference.
So I don't hate the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, for me, if you want, there's two sides of this. So you got parity in this. You got James Madison and you got Tulane in the college football playoffs.
Which is cool for them. I mean,
it is. And I don't want to take anything away from them. They had very great years.
Yeah.
Good for them. James Madison has only been a Division I school for a couple of years in football.
Less than 5.
Like, they're relatively new. Okay. So I'm happy for them. But for me, if I'm the people running the college football playoffs, I would want the best games possible.
Right.
Okay. Oregon is going to destroy James Madison.
Absolutely.
I don't care if you hate Oregon or how you feel about it. The reality of it is
they're going to blow them
They're
away.
going to put 60 points on James Madison.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be. Yeah.
Ole Miss is going to destroy Tulane.
Yeah.
Okay. Good for Tulane. They're one of those teams that I like to see do well.
Right.
Okay. So, in the first round, you have Oregon and James Madison in Oregon because the first round is at home.
Right.
Okay. In Oregon.
Yes, that's how
James
they're not going to win.
James Madison has to play 5 home games consecutively to play in front of as many people as Oregon gets in their stadium one game.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oklahoma, Alabama should have some potential. All right. I don't know how Alabama beat out Notre Dame. I know how. I don't know how.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Okay.
Alabama had what? They have what? 3, 4 losses?
This doesn't show me.
I think
rankings,
Alabama the whole year they had 3 losses, but they were ranked top 5.
So Texas A&M and Miami is the other one. Now, our bye weeks, and I think all these teams deserve the bye weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Texas Tech deserved the bye week. Indiana finished undefeated, number 1 ranked team in the country right now.
Right.
Okay.
They're hot.
They
beat Ohio State.
No, they didn't.
I'm pretty sure they did.
No. Big Ten championship game.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's this week.
That's this week.
Right.
They're going to beat Ohio State.
Right. But no matter what happens, they're going to get the bye.
Mm-hmm.
It's already been decided. Georgia and Ohio State also get a bye. So now here's the situation where Indiana is in the Big Ten. Ohio State's in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
You have now 2 Big Ten schools that are going to at least the semifinals.
Yeah.
Okay. Just because, right? I don't know where I'm going with this, other than I wanted to point out James Madison and Tulane. I'm glad they're there. Good for them. That's huge for their schools. That's huge for the players.
It is.
It is exactly what I want in sports. I want that parity. But in the same sense, how can you sit here and tell me straight-faced as a committee that they're better teams than Notre Dame?
Right. The whole thing is they're trying to They purposely did that to Notre Dame because they're like, hey, you want to be independent? Then fuck you.
Right.
And I mean, I get it, but I don't. I mean,
so here's
what do you want?
This is what it comes down to.
Are you going to conform?
This is what it comes down to. It comes down to this.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame is probably one of the most, if not the recognizable names in college football.
Right.
History.
Rudy.
History, name recognition, everything. They have it all. Okay. They're independent only
in football.
Only because they can now negotiate their own TV contracts.
Right.
Which they have a very lucrative deal with NBC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All their home games are on it, only on NBC.
Yep.
So if they were to join a conference, what happens is the conference
splits all the money. The
conference negotiates the deals, and now they say, you get this much, you get this much, you get this much.
Right.
Okay.
So they delegate your money.
So here's how else being independent helps Notre Dame. Okay. Notre Dame. How college football works is because Notre Dame is independent, right? They can technically schedule their own games. Sometimes that's really good. Sometimes that's really bad.
Right.
Right. So they have a partnership with the ACC, and I believe they play 5 or 6 ACC schools every year, different teams every year.
Right.
Okay. But some teams will play or pay Notre Dame to play them because now they get some money in return and they get national TV exposure.
Right.
Notre Dame often pays teams to play them. All college football teams. Okay, so you ever... And this was what drives me nuts. Alabama will play like fucking Prairie View A&M. Mm-hmm. Okay, which is like a Division 2 school from wherever.
It's like Kutztown University or something.
But they will pay Prairie View like what Prairie View would make in a year to play that one game at Alabama to get their asses kicked.
Right.
And they do it because now it helps them put money into their school.
Right.
And while I'm okay with that, I don't see Notre Dame playing too many Division 2 schools ever.
No, they're always playing pretty good schools.
So I want to look at Miami's schedule this year. Let's see who they played. And yes, I'm being this fucking petty about it.
I mean, it really pissed me off. Let me tell you. I woke up and yeah.
Okay, so I can't even really complain about
Miami had a good schedule. They kind of did.
Right. So I should have probably picked a better.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, they play Boston College.
Yeah, they're not too.
Okay.
Boston College used to be good.
They played Bethune-Cookman. What?
Ooh.
Who are they?
Yeah, I don't know. They from Hawaii?
I don't know. All right. So that's who they played. And then their ACC schedule in Notre Dame. Notre Dame played Miami, Texas A&M. That's who they lost to.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
Purdue.
It was good.
Okay.
Rival.
Blew Purdue out of the water, 56-30. Mm-hmm. Arkansas. Right. Beat Arkansas 56-13. Boise State.
Good team.
Beat them 28-7.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina State beat them 36-7. USC beat them 34-24. Boston College, ACC team, won 25-10. Navy, 49-10.
That was a tough one with Navy because that was.
All right.
I think they were both. Well, Navy was undefeated when they played.
Pitt, who's
good.
Top 25 ranked.
Yep.
37-15. They won. Syracuse, ACC team.
Good.
Won 70-7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stanford
won 49-20.
That's after losing the first two games.
And to teams that were both in the top 20.
And they went on a tear. They deserve to be in that. They have a team that they could win. They could win. They can win it all.
Right.
But
here's my thing. We all know that this is up to people's opinions, not ours. We all
Right.
know that there's whoever votes on the college football
I'll
playoffs.
punch him right in the dick.
Right. So I think if you're
What do they call those little things? The shillelaghs?
yep, if you're running
the shit up. Fucking
if you're running
shillelagh.
college football now, okay, I believe you're at a point where you have to say you have to join a conference.
I mean, they're gonna if that's what they want.
You have to join a conference. I think there needs to be. I think you need to win your conference. You win your conference, you're automatically in. Let's take instead of 12 teams, let's take 16.
Right. I was gonna say that too. Why don't we add a little bit, maybe 16 teams or now? What about this? Let's say hypothetically speaking, could Miami say, you know what, Notre Dame, they're doing pretty good there with their being independent. You know, screw it, we're gonna go with independent.
You can.
And I mean, when you think about it, a lot of more schools.
UConn was in a conference for a long time.
Yeah.
And they're independent.
Well, BYU.
No, they're in a conference.
Oh, they are?
BYU was independent. Now
They
they're
were,
in a conference.
But I
For
mean,
a team like Notre Dame, being independent makes all the sense in the world.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to give your money to somewhere other schools.
Right. Notre Dame is like the New York Yankees, the Dallas Cowboys, the Chicago Bulls, you know, I don't know, hockey, the Sacramento
Atlanta Braves.
Yeah,
No.
But I'm saying, like, they are on that same level.
They're
So for them to be independent and to negotiate their own deals, it just makes sense. But this is what happens when you're an independent.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Right. You know.
I mean, I do think that it's you know, they basically split up and said, you know what, screw your bowl games, we're not playing. You know, like, fuck it.
And that doesn't hurt anybody other than them. So I don't know.
Yeah, but then I'm also thinking, well, like, isn't that a little bit, you know, like being a baby? You know, like, we're gonna take my ball and I'm gonna go home. Like, if you're not gonna let me play, like, fuck you. You know, like.
I think what happens here, I think realistically speaking, and I don't know how long this partnership for the ACC is going to be in football, but I see on the horizon Notre Dame leaving the ACC in the dust.
Yeah.
Because I think Notre Dame gives more to the ACC than the ACC gives to Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people are going to be like, oh, but all the schools in the ACC.
I think it would be good. I think they'd be good in the Big Ten. The Big Ten.
Right. I don't think Big Ten's a good fit for them. I think it is regionally. They're
right in that area. Right. That's awesome.
So I think what you need to do is you need to have I don't know how many. You need to have 8 conferences. Okay, 8 conferences. However you structure them, 8 teams. The 8 winners of those conferences get seeds 1 through 8. And then you take 4 teams between those 8 conferences to put in the wild card spots. 9 through 12. Or you take 16 teams. But let's keep the same structure, 12, and 4 teams get the bye week.
Right.
You know, I think that's the only real way we can get rid of these arguments with who belongs and who doesn't.
I think there's always going to be an argument. I mean, there's always going to be somebody in the outside looking in. I just thought it was just bullshit because this year it was really obvious that they really fucking suck in Alabama's dick. Like,
well, they've
been. Alabama.
Alabama. It's been that way.
Fuck Alabama and your Roll Tide. Roll on this, bitch. But, all right.
We spent a lot of time on sports.
Yeah. So, what else is out there? Rock and roll. Do you see Dave Mustaine's actually calling it quit? Like, this is it. It's done. Like, he said, like, his health. He came out with his health problems.
You know, Dave Mustaine said this once already.
Well, he said he has arthritis.
Yeah.
But I got a bulge in my neck.
Dave Mustaine has already said this once, about 20-ish years ago.
I'm liking some of the songs that he's been putting out.
I don't hate them. I think this is some of the best stuff they've put out from what I've heard.
Yes. I don't want to see the he's doing Ride the Lightning, that song. I really don't want to see it. I don't want to see his version. I don't care to listen to his version of Ride the Lightning because it was never. I don't believe that he wrote the songs.
He did.
He wrote a little bit of them, maybe a little bit. But I don't think he wrote. The guy's dead that wrote the majority of them songs.
Well, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because Hetfield and Ulrich have always been the majority songwriters.
Well.
Right. So, I'm actually excited for it. Believe it or not, I'm one of the rare few that
You want to see his version of Rise of Lightning?
I do.
And why? What do you? What happens if it's like? Do you think it's gonna be like, oh my god, this is better than Metallica?
Do you know this is not the only song that Megadeth has recorded that Metallica has also recorded?
Oh yeah, I know.
There's the Mechanics.
Yeah.
And I like both versions of the song.
Yeah.
Okay, I really, really do. Here's the thing. I think this is why I feel I'm excited to hear this. Is Megadeth and Dave Mustaine have always been like the punkier side of thrash metal.
A little bit, like, so.
Attitude-wise, they more punk. Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of like they tip their nose, like they don't want to be mainstream.
Right.
Like, they're like, oh,
Metallica
cool.
has always been like the more philosophical.
They sold out. Metallica was sell out.
They didn't sell out.
I mean, if you look at it like Megadeth was like they're too cool to like, Metallica. They're like, oh, like whoa.
Their
man.
careers took the same trajectory.
They did.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you right now, there is not a one motherfucker out there that if you got signed, you wouldn't do exactly what these bands do.
Oh my god!
I don't care what you say. You can sit and tell me you're gonna die on your hill all you want. You're gonna fall on your sword. Okay, going to.
I mean, as a band, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get a record label.
Right.
You're trying to make motherfucking money, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, that's selling out."
Well, here's the reality. Here's the reality of it for me. Okay, you can sit and say you're not ever gonna sell out all you want. Okay,
but that's your goal.
But here's the thing. So selling out looks a little different to everybody. So when I'm 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, 17 years old, and I'm rebellious and I'm whatever,
fuck the man.
I'm gonna identify more with certain songs. Okay.
Right.
As I get a little older and I get some mileage under my feet and I start understanding what life's about, my music needle is going to shift.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I got something.
The same with musicians. If you are writing the same songs at 30 and 40 as you were at 18 and 20, you didn't grow.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I got something to say. I got something totally kind of on the same thing, but
okay.
I gotta put it out here. So, what band right now, with what the world is going through, what the United States is going through, and everything that's going on in the world today, what band would, if they were real and true, like, and about that life, what band would really hit it off right now? Rage Against the Motherfucking Machine. Maybe, dude. They were the all anti-rebel. We're against the machine. We're against this. We're against that.
Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down.
They weren't about that life. They never were about that life. They were just about fucking bunch of fucking punks making.
Right.
They're not about the anti-rebellion or whatever.
I think they are, but I think
they would kill it now.
But I think bands like Rage Against the Machine are generational. I don't think they would be well received now. Okay, just like System of a Down. There's a reason they're not making more music.
Well, I mean, they were
right.
I like System of a Down. Don't get me wrong.
I think Rage Against the Machine spoke about the time they were in, and it was well received.
Yeah, I mean, they were in the early '90s, the riots and all this, right. And
I think there are bands now. I think bands now have started to shift away from politics because it's so divisive.
It is divisive, and it's you're taking a whole audience, and now you're
cutting it in half.
Yeah, you're cutting it in half, and now well.
If I was making music and performing, I would probably, just in my own best interest, I would probably steer clear of politics.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
we
steer. You're always telling me steer clear of politics because we don't want people angry on the internet. But you know what? Fuck the internet and fuck them. If I want to say what I want to say, because you know why? That's how it is.
Right.
It's our
And,
podcast.
you know, it is what it is.
My
and
America.
I kind of always wanted to play it safe with the politics. And
Yeah, I mean,
but the thing of it is
dude,
sometimes
Trump's fucking up. Do you see we fucking got
yeah.
he's been blowing up drugs. We can't even get freaking drugs in America now. Drug prices are going up. They said they just busted a trucking company, the Trans Central. That's like a big truck company that they're actually bought by a drug cartel, and it's
hard times when you can't get drugs into the country.
Damn, not even now they're gonna sell all this synthetic drugs and crap and.
But we're gonna go a little over tonight because it's been a while since.
Yeah, we're having fun with this, you know.
But I want to get back to music. So, I don't think in the '80s you didn't have many political bands.
Nah, they were just about.
Now, in the '60s and '70s, you had a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
'80s, they just didn't give a fuck.
'90s, I want to say maybe mid to late '90s, early 2000s is when you saw the height of it.
Yeah, I mean, Rage Against the Machine, and then it was, you know, who's the guy I'm thinking about? Fucking old head. He's always fucking political. He's fucking nuts.
Ted Nugent?
Yeah, Ted Nugent.
He's an idiot. Fucking
Nuge.
But anyways,
Bow and Arrow Man.
But his music wasn't political.
No, it wasn't.
Fucking Cat Scratch Fever. This dude all of a sudden now is a conservative.
It's like, dude,
get the fuck out of here.
I saw him at a concert one time. It's like, dude, I'm not here to listen to your fucking political views. Like, just play some music, man.
Right.
Like, play that funky music, white boy.
Like, I don't know. I think people just don't care. I think people don't want to hear politics in their music anymore.
We just want to dance. We want to groove.
I don't know. I can't name one current political band right now.
I don't think there is none.
And if they do it so drenched in metaphor that the average person doesn't understand
country, there's like Jason Aldean. He did that.
Right, but
he did that some country shit. But you know, you have Lewis, the lead singer of Stain.
Well, here's why I don't like him or his music.
I like him. He is a damn good dude. Oh man, now you're gonna get me fighting. We're gonna go out.
You can fight, but I'm gonna tell you, this
I
guy,
like Lewis.
This guy is only doing what he is doing. He is only saying what he is saying. So knuckleheads like you go out and buy his shit.
I don't buy his shit. I download his shit.
I'm just saying. Dude, have you ever listened to this guy in an interview or read an interview? This guy has no fucking clue.
What do you mean?
He has no clue.
He's very sentimental.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
No, I mean, Stain was a good band.
They were. But do you take notice? Stain's stuff was all about, ooh, I'm in my safe space. Everything that Aaron Lewis fucking bitches about now is what Stain sung about.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Now, come on.
You're not wrong. I mean, maybe he's...
So this motherfucker is still singing...
flipped it. He flipped it.
Right,
he flipped the
but
switch.
he's still going out there with Stain singing those songs. He didn't say, you know what, guys? You know what, people who bought tickets? That's not who I am anymore.
He's
I'm going to sing these songs. Right.
He's outside
He didn't do that. You know why? You know why he didn't do that? Because he's a fucking sellout.
He's not a sellout. He just doesn't want to box himself in.
Yeah, that's what
it is. I'm not, Mr. Is that what you just said? I'm not going to box myself in.
This motherfucker not only fell on his sword, but he fucks himself in the ass with the same sword.
Come on,
Don't even get me started with him.
Aaron Lewis, he
is a hypocrite like no other. This dude might as well have fucking nailed Jesus to the cross. Just telling you.
He's not a Jew.
No, but he's a hypocrite. He's the worst con. I listen to Ted Nugent ramble on for longer than I can listen to Aaron Lewis talk.
Really?
Yes. And I fucking hate Ted Nugent.
Wow. This guy doesn't like Aaron Lewis. Aaron Lewis.
No.
He's a pretty good, I mean... Whatever.
Listen, this is not about...
What about the guy that sings with his dogs in the woods? What the hell is that guy's name?
I don't know.
Some fucking Opie Taylor looking motherfucker.
I don't know.
He was in the, just in the woods with, Selling My Soul, something.
I don't know, but that's...
whatever. He was all political.
I don't dislike Aaron Lewis because of the music he is putting out, or put out. I dislike Aaron Lewis because he is portraying...
two things.
two different things at the same fucking time.
Well, people aren't smart enough to see that.
Right? So the people who like Stained are not people that you would see at an Aaron Lewis concert.
Well, no, because Aaron Lewis is country. And Stain's rock.
It's not even that. You're singing, dude. You're gonna sit here and tell me that this dude's saying all these whiny protect me songs. I'm sad. I need a safe place. You're gonna tell me that dude is now the dude singing. What is the song that he's known for right now?
There's a bunch of them. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking. No.
I'm gonna suck Ted Nugent's Dixie. Or
Maybe,
whatever
something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
You're going to tell me that dude is now doing this dude, and on certain weeks, he does both. How can you get up in front of that audience playing on Stained the night after you went out there and made fun of all the people who are now you're singing for? He does it. I'm all about being about your principles. I'm all about it. Okay? But to me, who is not a big fan of Stained, and definitely not a fan of Aaron Lewis, I don't think he's a bad artist. I don't think he's bad in Stained.
Back in the late '90s, early 2000s, that's all you heard was on the radio.
I'm not saying this because I don't think the music is good. I just was never. I never got sucked into Stained. I didn't really like what they were about.
Yeah, I didn't want to get Stained on me.
I never really got into Aaron Lewis because everything he is doing now was he's sitting back there because his career in Stain's over. Nobody wanted to talk to him. His guitar player left. He was at home. And he's sitting there thinking, how can I reinvent myself? But I don't even think he believes in what he's saying, because if you read the interviews, he walks back everything he said in the interview before. Okay? And I don't respect that. And that's why I don't like him.
Okay,
well, I respect him as a person. And I know I speak out about this, and everybody, all these famous people that we all like are probably really shitty people, and we shouldn't judge them by that, but this dude is too outspoken about it. I can't help but judge him by it.
You're really adamant about this guy.
Because if you listen, I'm all about going out there and singing about what you want to sing about and saying what you got to say, but dude, shut the fuck up once in a while.
I love it. Get fired up.
Right.
Let's get Aaron Lewis on the line right now.
Shut the fuck up.
If anybody knows it, we need
You're speaking only because nobody's fucking paying attention to you.
I think it was COVID that happened, and he was just sitting at home. He was sitting at home and maybe masturbating a little bit, and he's like, how can I make myself a little bit better? And then he's just like, you know what?
He definitely didn't make himself any better.
I'm going to be American. And he's just going to say, America. We're great.
So you mean it took him 40 fucking years of his life to realize that he was American and this is how he felt? Or
he's actually
did he think to himself, well, half of the population that would listen to my music doesn't like me. But if I say these right words, hold on. If I say the right words in a particular order, in a particular cadence, in a song that could maybe be country, that whole half will like me because I am now pretending to be a Trump supporter. So all of them are going to like me, even though the music is not great. They're going to like me because I like Trump.
In America.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
But that's Tuesday night.
Well, I mean, Wednesday night, then he's...
Tuesday night.
Wednesday night is something to remind me of, you know?
Thursday night, this motherfucker's singing...
Something to remind me of, I'm gonna die.
It's raining in my head. Same motherfucker. All right? Hey. I don't respect that.
Maybe...
That would be like Snoop Dogg, Tuesday night, sipping on gin and juice, smoking a doober, and then fucking Thursday night doing a ride-along with the fucking LAPD.
Damn, that'd be fucked up.
Right.
Crip walking. Walking in the fucking cop car.
Do you see it? Do you see what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, I mean, I see it.
I'm all about it. But that is what a sellout is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I will stand corrected.
And I don't know why that got me so...
You got fired up on Aaron Lewis. Let's get this guy on the phone. Let's call Aaron Lewis. Let's real. I mean, if I could call him, I would call him right now and say, hey, shed some light on this. You know, like, how, why? What are you doing here?
I would love to interview
Clown move, bro.
I would love to interview magicians.
I can make something disappear.
I would love to interview musicians like him because I would just be like, "You are fucking full of shit. One version of you is lying."
Dude, that might be something to, I don't think anybody would really sign up for that, though. It would have to be like, it would be like an intervention. Like, it would be like you'd be like Tim Hansen, or Tim Hansen. Well, what are you doing here? You want to take a seat here? You want to tell me how, you sang about this, but yet you're singing about this. Do you know she was 13?
To catch a musical
To catch a musical predator.
And I don't know why that got me so pissed off.
It did really get you fired. I never saw you fired up like this. I mean, fuck.
I don't know. That irritated me. And it ain't about the music. I don't have a grievance with the music. What I have a grievance with, like I said, is
playing two sides of the fence.
You're here on Thursday. And then next Tuesday you're over here.
Yeah. Singing country.
So which one do you really believe? Because I know if I was an artist and I didn't feel that way anymore, I would have to, you know what, guys, I can't sing that anymore. I have principles.
Well, you need the money. Obviously, he wants the money. He's not going to say no.
So he's a sellout.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
as long as you can agree with me on that.
Hey, Money Dollar, he's going to make him holler. He's going to tell them what they want to hear.
Do you know who's the worst in this whole equation?
The people that actually go to see him.
The people who are buying the ticket. Maybe not so much those guys. Maybe not so much the hillbilly country. I love my country. I hate all other people. Maybe not them, because we all know that they're like that. Okay,
yeah, they're a little non-minded.
Those people over there do better, because this dude's spending Tuesday nights making fun of your Thursday.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Now, is there any other bands that used to do that? Like that to that hardcore?
I don't know, because normally,
I mean,
all right, so
Garth Brooks tried to do it a little bit.
No,
he kind of went a little poppy there.
Yeah, he did, but he wasn't.
Dyed his hair black and.
But his subject matter didn't change like that.
I don't know.
His style of music might have, but his subject matter didn't. Garth Brooks was always kind of like
maybe a John Fogerty?
Sappy. No,
because he was always
John Fogerty was always very.
He was political.
In CCR, yes, he was.
And then he had his.
And then I don't think.
But I don't think he went back. He didn't go back and forth.
No. I think, I'm trying to think. So there weren't many musicians that were in bands that had like.
What about Pink Floyd? Fucking David Gill. Well, no,
because he was an asshole in Pink Floyd, and he's an asshole now.
I don't like Gilmore. Fucking Gilmore's a dick.
I love Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite bands.
Gilmore's a great musician. Right. I mean, he's one of the best. But
now you pose a question. Let's think about this. Let's think of bands whose lead singer then went on and did something different, or that went against what they did with that band. But they're not singing those songs on Thursday nights though either anymore.
Yeah, because they would give up the old band.
Right. Okay, so Bret Michaels. Okay, because he's semi-local.
Poison.
Right. So when he went solo, his subject matter was still very much about what it was in. Yeah,
they were pretty much the same.
It's more every rose has your thorn kind of stuff than it is unskinny. That's not them. Is it Unskinny Bob? Is that Poison?
I don't know.
I'm not big into cock rock.
I mean, I don't do cock
rock. Look what the cat drug in, whatever. Okay, so no, his stuff is kind of, he has a country twang to his, but his subject matter is the same.
Okay. Kid Rock. I mean, no.
No, because Kid
Rock was always a dick.
Shit.
Yeah.
Right. But he was always solo. He had a backing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Shit, this is stumpy.
What was the singer Journey? Steve Perry?
Yeah.
No, because his solo stuff
Huey
was all
Lewis?
very.
Georgia Satellites is George Thorogood and the Satellite. Wasn't it? No.
No.
I mean, it's George Thorogood.
It was George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
The Destroyers, that's it.
Let's see. Boy, it's hard.
Yeah.
So Simon and Garfunkel.
I don't really know them. They're pretty fucking
Paul
gay.
Simon kind of did goofy.
Hall and
songs.
Oates?
Hall and Oates.
No, they never.
Well, they always were kind of.
Yeah, but they didn't Hall go out and do something there for a little bit, and then he kind of flopped.
Yeah, they did.
And then,
but their subject matter didn't go from.
No, they're all.
To I hate you because you're. I can't think of one.
Glenn Danzig.
No, because his music is still shrouded in that.
Yeah.
That horror element, maybe not as much as the Misfits, but so it was Misfits and then Sam Hain and then Danzig, and now he does his own thing. That's Danzig covers Elvis.
Yeah,
which great.
You see that Heinz? I see him on Facebook. What is it? Heinz Unknown or whatever. Oh, you gotta look him up. The guy that you never watch Squidbillies.
No,
never saw the Squidbillies.
I know what they are, but I never watched it.
Well, this guy that says. The guy that's the lead thing, but he has his own band, kind of like lead singer, and he kind of does some fucked up shit. And it's pretty funny, but I'll have to show it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no,
kind of ADD, isn't it?
I think I can inconclusively say that nobody else has done what Aaron Lewis has done.
I mean, there's got to be. I mean, Johnny Cash. maybe.
Johnny Cash was always about picking up the little guy. Tell me one song that wasn't.
When he was with June Carter, and they were singing all the lovey-dovey thing, and then he's an outlaw country guy, and he's the bad guy in black.
He never claimed... But if you listen to the song The Man in Black, what is the underlying...
What about Jefferson? Or was it, I'm going down to Joe... No. Jackson, yeah. I mean, but then he's going to, I don't know. Maybe not.
No.
David Alco.
No.
David Alco was always an outlaw. He's actually is an outlaw. Motorcycle Club.
I'm not seeing.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, maybe it is Aaron Lewis is the only fucker that does that shit.
Aaron Lewis, if you somehow come across this podcast,
call us.
Well, I will give you my email. Our email. I want you to reach out to us. I would love to talk to you. I promise I'm not going to call you a bunch of names. Okay, I lie. I'm going to call you a bunch of names, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to
set the record straight.
And because honestly, I think you're a fucking sellout.
You might be onto something, though.
Right? That's just how I feel about it.
Might be onto something.
And it's just the way it's just how you're tracking, man. So the email, and this is for Aaron Lewis of Stained and Aaron Lewis. Is it Aaron Lewis and the State Liners? Is that what it is?
No, it's not Aaron Lewis and the whiskey drink. I don't know. America Love. Aaron Lewis and the American.
I'm going to find this because this ought to be a real fucking...
No, is it? No, it's Aaron Lewis and the Satellite Band.
No.
It's something like Georgia Satellites.
No.
Fucking Plymouth Belvederes.
It is the State Liners.
State Liners. The Plymouth Belvederes.
So, Aaron Lewis of Stained and of Aaron Lewis and the State Liners fame.
What's the State Liners? That sounds like a big rig.
So, usually a State Liner is somebody
like
who
rig.
lives close to the border of another state, like Phillipsburg and Easton.
Oh, yeah.
So, Phillipsburg are also the State Liners. All right. So, that's what it means. Like, Florida Georgia line.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, State Liner. Pretty much what that is. So, but anyways, Aaron Lewis, you can email us at Tom.
Rumble.
I'm going to spell it for you because I don't know that you're smart enough to be able to figure this out.
He's in a band, man. He's the lead singer, bro.
It's Tom, Tom.
Rumble.
And, A-N-D, not the A-N-D.
Not the...
Rumble, R-U-M-B-L-E, not E-L-L-E, at gmail.com. And I want you to put a very specific subject in there so that I know, in fact, that you are listening and you actually want to partake.
Dude,
I want you to put...
You're going to make him cry.
I want you to put Tom and Rumble, specifically Tom, thinks I'm a sellout faggot, and then type in response, and then we will have a conversation.
Wow, he's gonna cry.
I don't know. Well, he's a big, tough, patriotic country singer now, you hear? I'm going to come down there and I'm going to kick all the illegals out while I'm on the inside.
He was on the outside, not on the inside.
Whatever.
He never was on the inside.
See how little I care about Stained and this guy?
He was on the outside. He was looking in.
Yeah. But it's always raining in his head.
Well, yeah, because he
Much of all.
Attention deficit order.
Much of all.
Wow.
Anyways, I don't think he's ever going to hear this. I want him to. I want him to reach out.
I think he would cry.
We can remote. You can get on the show. You can tell me how much of a fucking prick I am, and I'm going to tell you how much of a douchebag you are.
You know what he's going to say? He's going to be like,
get along.
I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah. Good for you. You're rich being a fucking piece of shit. I could go sell drugs and become rich, because that's about what you're peddling, a bunch of bullshit.
I mean, hard times, baby. Hard times.
I'm sorry, any Aaron Lewis fans out there. I'm not meaning to
hard times, baby. Hard times, baby.
You just need to find better people to look up to, because this dude is
hard times, baby.
Hard times.
Hard times.
I don't know who.
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream, baby.
I can't believe you fucking threw Johnny Cash into the same pot as fucking Aaron Lewis.
I mean, come on. You're gonna be the Man in Black outlaw country.
He never said he was an outlaw.
Well, they put him in that outlaw thing.
Right. So, did you ever listen to the Man in Black?
I did, yes.
Do you know what the song is about?
He wears black.
No, it's about standing up for the guys who get kicked and stepped on, and
I will say that. I mean, I like a few Johnny Cash songs. I mean, I don't like all of his.
Oh
stuff.
God, you're breaking my heart.
I like a lot of his stuff, but there's some things I just don't. I didn't like Jackson. I don't. You know, he just. I was more of a Hank Williams Jr. guy.
There's nothing wrong with Hank Williams.
I mean,
Jr.
I don't.
I like George Jones.
I just think people are gonna be mad at me, but I just think Johnny Cash. I have a Johnny Cash. I'm going. He was just very, kind of just.
That's what made him great, because he was just him.
Yeah. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Like, come on, dude. Like,
went down, down, down.
Like, come on, dude.
You don't even know the rest of the song.
Fucking the flames went higher. And it burn. When I fucking pee. No, but I think Social Distortion's version is better. Just saying. Blasphemy! No, Social Distortion was the fucking original.
I love Social Distortion.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands. I have a lot of favorite bands, but...
You do?
Well, they're all in different categories.
Mm.
So...
I mean, I wasn't around when Johnny Cash... I mean, I'm going off of what I wasn't around when he was around. Not that old, Tom.
Neither am I.
But
I was...
Not going to go suck his ghost dick.
I was introduced to him...
Sucking ghost
as
dick.
a kid because my grandparents listened to him.
I know.
I like Elvis.
A
lot.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
I like Elvis a lot.
You know, Elvis did the rock and roll in the country thing.
Yeah.
He did a little bit of
maybe gospel.
Maybe he did a little bit of playing to each one of the things. We gotta look that up.
We will have to look. I don't think Elvis was ever political.
Well, he was in the army.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tuesday he was fucking doing Sundays he was doing the gospel. Fucking Wednesday night he was doing the rock and roll.
You brought that up because there's some family lore, and I shared that with you.
Yeah,
with my grandfather was actually trained him in basic training.
That's crazy.
At least as far as I've heard as a kid in the obituary.
Right.
That happened. My grandfather on my dad's side was a master sergeant.
Nice.
In the army. But yeah, a little bit of family lore about Elvis. You know,
that's pretty cool.
That's not why I like him, though. I mean, I grew up listening to him.
He danced. He had those ladies going, dude.
Of all my old country, golden age of country, I think
Roy Orbison.
Outside of Johnny Cash, which I think he's maybe a little after that, I really like George Jones.
Yeah, he was
I
good.
really like Merle Haggard. I really
Merle.
like. I can picture him. I like Chris Christopherson.
He was good.
Like
He was
Willie Nelson.
Chris Christopherson. That was a shame about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nelson.
What my
Highwaymen. That was a good.
That is one of my favorite songs because
Highwaymen,
I
yep.
love the story behind it.
I mean, it's a touching story.
And that's Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash,
And Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, and there's 4.
Who's the other
Is
one?
it Merle Haggard?
Nope. Conway Twitty.
No. The Highwaymen were Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, and Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, Waylon Jennings.
So.
Conway Twitty was pretty good too.
But the song "The Highwaymen"
Oh yeah, it was about.
is an awesome song. If you haven't heard it, look it up. It is a great song.
About building the dam.
Building the dam, going to space.
Yeah.
A lot of
cool shit.
There's 4 different stories there.
Actually, they had a few other songs, didn't they?
They have an album or something.
Yeah, there was like Pancho and Lefty. There was one about fucking around down in Mexico.
But
all right, so this is where it's
we're gonna wrap it up. We had a little bit of fun tonight. I do want to say that we are going to probably do some more podcasts in quicker succession than we've been. We sort of have a schedule worked out to the end of the year now.
Yeah, we're gonna get some in.
So,
but hey, bear with us, guys, and if you want to hear us, fucking get on, email us, tell us. We want to hear you, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know, I did get some messages like, "Yo, guys, are you?"
I actually ran into Randy Fisher.
Oh, jeez.
At the Dollar General a few nights ago.
Oh yeah, nice.
And he said to me, "I listen to you guys. I watch these guys every time you're on."
Cool. Well, Randy.
And I said, "Yeah, it's been a while since we've done one, but we got to get one on."
So, I miss him, dude. He was, he's out there, but you know what? Randy was a good dude.
Yeah, Randy.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. This one goes out to you. This one's dedicated to you.
Fucking Randy.
Yep. I know Randy for a long time. My wife knows Randy for a long time.
Yeah, his brother's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. His brother works with him. His brother doesn't really talk too much.
I almost beat his brother up once.
Yeah, he kind of makes himself out like he's better than he walks around like with his nose up. I'm like, dude, come on, bro. You work at Blue Ridge. Get off it. Yeah. But yeah, Randy. Shout out to Randy. You're cool. All right.
That made my day.
Oh, him saying that?
Yeah, it made my day.
Shit.
It was.
Mikey still gets on me. He gotta get him a shirt. I gotta get Mikey a shirt because he keeps on.
Listen, if you want a shirt, and I'm gonna put this there too because
he said how much. Don't worry about it.
If you want a shirt, all right, send us an email or a message on our Facebook page, on the Tom and Rumble Facebook page. Or send us an email at tomandrumble@gmail.com and put T-shirt in the subject. And then put in there in your email the size and the color, and I will get back to you on a price. The price is dependent on the size and the material you want. There's short sleeves, there's long sleeves. We can do sleeveless tank tops. I wouldn't recommend hoodies right now because if they shrink, the print's going to shrink with them. So I can do whatever you want. We can get you whatever we want. Just you got to get us an email or send us a message because telling him at work, and I'm not saying he's forgetful, but telling him at work and then him telling me why I'm at work, because when I'm not at work, he's at work, and when he's at work, I'm not at work. You work nights, I work days, so the little bit of time in between, we're really not talking about the T-shirts.
No.
We're worried about life and the podcast and getting this going.
Women.
So definitely send us an email. We've not got one email from anybody since we put this email together. All right. I didn't even put the text now number out there for people to call in and text us.
I mean,
they won't even email us.
We're gonna get big here. I'm gonna start pimping myself out and start doing some more things, and
ladies.
I did find
ladies or gentlemen.
I did find my American flag Speedo.
Right.
Like actual Speedo,
So look at this. Look at this guy right here.
Yeah. We're gonna auction it off.
For $20.
I'm more than $20.
For $20, look at that. Open your mouth. Oh yeah, he's a magician. He can make it disappear.
Ah.
So, anyways, guys, it was fun. We had a blast. We're gonna call it a night. We'll be
Yeah.
back in about a week.
Give or take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're working out some other things. I'm thinking about letting Rumble off the leash sometimes, and he can kind of do his own solo stuff a little bit.
That's gonna be crazy. Crazy.
I'm gonna be hitting you with some AI generated music. I think starting to turn out really good.
Yeah. I like it.
I write the lyrics and compose the song, and I don't have a band at my disposal, so
You get like robots to play.
yeah, I don't got that kind of money, bro. All right, guys. Good night. Be safe. Stay warm.
Catch you later, Gator.
Catch you later.
Smell you later. I like it. We just did a lot of babbling. I don't think anybody really watched us, but